In order to get this clear, what I'm speaking about from the get-go, you can put a picture in your mind about what I'm speaking about. Let me lend some clarity about who the Jews, the Romans, the Italians, the Caucasians are. The Caucasians of today's world are the Edomites of the Old Testament era. Because if you notice, by the time the New Testament come out, there was no mention of the Edomites again. Because the Edomites were now making presentation in the New Testament in the form of the Grecian and in the form of the Roman. Those people from Greece and those people from Rome were the Edomites of the Old Testament. Let me qualify this. In the Encyclopedia Britannica, under the topic Jerusalem subtopic Roman rules, it says that Herod, the Roman king that ruled over Israel when Yahushua aka Jesus Christ was alive, was an Edomite. We know Herod was a Caucasian. We know Herod was a Roman. All Romans are Caucasian. Let us go to another publication of the Jewish community. We have seen in part of the Old Testament and most of the New Testament, the Jews are mentioned there as prominent figure. A publication of the Jews, they ought to know themselves. Chabad.org, when discussing 14 facts you must know about Esau, it says Esau is the progenitor of the Romans. And we know that Rome is a small city in Italy. Therefore, Esau is the progenitor of all Italians. Chabad.org identified Magdiel, one of the 11 dukes of Esau, as being the progenitor of the Romans, the Italians. And we know Esau had 11 dukes. We must conclude. Every Caucasian fall perfectly in harmony with the description of the Edomites as was given in Genesis chapter 25 verse 25. We must conclude. The other 10 dukes of Esau were responsible for colonizing and displacing the original inhabitants of Europe, the Samites. Everything in scriptures, everything life says that the Edomites of the Old Testament and the Caucasians of today and of the New Testament era are one and the same. But what about these people we ought to know? First thing we ought to know, in Genesis chapter 3 verse 15, the Most High gave prophecy in that passage of text. And in that prophecy it says hostility will be between the devil and the woman, and between the woman's seed and the seeds of the devil. That means they are going to be two unique nations on the earth, where the woman will have a special nation of her own, chosen of the Most High, and the devil is going to have a special people of their own, the seeds of Lucifer. In Genesis chapter 25, verse 25, the birth of Esau and Jacob marked the fulfillment of the prophecy in Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. In Genesis chapter 25, verse 23, Rebekah went to inquire of the Most High as to what is happening with her pregnancy, because from inquiries there was no woman who have ever existed that had had a tumultuous pregnancy as the pregnancy Rebekah is now having. The Most High declared to her, 2 nations is in your womb, and 2 different people will be separated from your bowels. But the Most High is saying to her, you are having one pregnancy, and in that one pregnancy you are having twins. Not only are you having twins, those twins has 2 different fathers, 2 different progenitors. From all accounts, we know Rebekah was a virgin. We know Rebekah never had any sexual intercourse with anyone but her husband, Isaac. Yet, the virgin who was impregnated and only had sex with one man were now carrying 2 seeds. Those 2 seeds had 2 different fathers. We have concluded from our studies, the devil planted Esau in Rebekah's womb in order to abort or to cause a miscarriage in the plans of the Most High, to ensure that man never had a redeemer and man will go to hell with the devils and his angels. We also know that although Lucifer planted a seed in Rebekah, he did not fertilize one of Rebekah's eggs because had he fertilized one of Rebekah's eggs, that means Esau would have been the seed of Rebekah also, and therefore the prophecy as was outlined in Genesis chapter 3 verse 15 would not have come to pass. There would not have been enmity between the seed of the woman and the seed of the devil, because if Esau was a product of Rebekah's egg, therefore he would have been Rebekah's seed as Jacob were her seed.